What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live, live, live. Y'all know what it is. Another edition of the Jordan Jackson Show. The what? The Jordan Jack. And y'all see I'm Laker down because y'all already know what it is. Tomorrow is the big day. That's right. Tomorrow's the big day. Y'all know what it is. What's going down tomorrow? Dallas against the Lakers. Oh yeah, and we gonna take them down because we already took Denver down. So it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. This episode is about growing together and me giving y'all the tools that you need to do that. I'll let the rest of the people come on in. Come on in. I know it is late, but guess what? It ain't never too late to get these gems, baby. And that's what we are delivering gems and entertainment, baby. So I learned a lot today. I cannot wait to share with you guys. But I'm gonna let people know when you get in, please type the word live so I know you guys are in. Because when I go back and look at my analytics, I can see who's catching it on the replay and who's catching it live. So that makes it easier for me to know if people are watching live or catching the shows on the replay. So please make sure you comment the word live so I know that you guys are with me right now. And if you have any questions, anything that you want it promoted, let me know. I can send you a link and we can get you up here on stage. But other than that, I hope everybody had a great day. I know I did. It's been very, very productive. I've been learning, I've been growing. I cannot wait. Um, to share with you guys a couple of audio books that I think will generally change your mindset and to change your life. So I'm excited about being able to share that with you guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Says 11 ER in here. All right, y'all are coming in, but ain't nobody hit the word live. I need to know where you're signing in from and what's going on. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I know it is late. I am tired as hell. I'd rather be in the bed, but you know what? I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep without. I already know what it is. Kel Universe, what it do, my guy? Appreciate you joining the live as always. I appreciate that love. I appreciate that love. Go Lakers. You know what it is, baby. You know what it is. Yeah, we can beat anybody. We beat Denver. We can beat anybody. So I'm excited about what's going on with that for sure. Yeah, come on in, come on in. We live, we live, we live, man. Shout out to Facebook people out there. Shout out to my people on YouTube. I see the people YouTube signing in. Appreciate the love, man. Lots and lots of great tips today. Some things that I really found out today in one of the audio books that I read that I'm recommending that everybody pick up, and let me get it right because I don't want to mess up. These people need their credit. And let me tell you something. Audible.com is not paying me, but this is an app that you cannot live without. I'm just telling you. You want to progress, you want to get better every day, you want to change your lives and your family's lives, you need to get audible.com and listen to some of these audiobooks because when you're not doing anything, you're just chilling, you're in the car, you're on your way to work, you can be getting this knowledge. And so the first book I would recommend for you guys, and it's one I'm listening to right now, is called 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. I'm going to repeat that one more time. It's 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. When I tell you I've learned so much in just one day about the differences of hey Latoya, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Let me know, putting your live in. Make sure everybody that's just joining in, make sure that you do. I see we done got up to 2080, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love. Please comment the word live so that I know that you guys are live right now. And then anyone who catches this tomorrow and you're catching live at the time, then please put the word replay in so I can keep up with my analytics. And back to this book, though, 10X is better than 2X. When I tell you this book is life changing, this book is super, it's just dope because if we're setting our goals, sometime as individuals, we will set our goals too low. We need to set our goals high. So one of the examples that they gave is in the account executive who's in sales, and the doctor asked me, say, well, do you think that you could make um $1 million in sales in a year? And he said, yes. He says, well, do you think you can make $10 million in a year? And he said, no. He goes, well, this is a great example of how 10x is better than 2x. If you know that you can get $1 million in 1 year, then you're only going to effectively try to get to that 2x thing to get to that million. But if you know it's going to take a lot more work and determination to get to 10 million, 10x is always going to be better. So you know that there's no room for error. You've got to start accomplishing things to get you to that $10 million goal, which was resonated with me because that makes a lot of sense. A lot of time we'll set our goals, we'll set a realistic goal, but we're going to do realistic things to get to that. But if the goal is higher, then we will be able, we'll be able to get we'll be able to get to the things that we need to get to. Okay, we got Christian, we got my girl in here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman needs no introduction. You've seen her in all the skits with me. She is the cougar, and if you ain't bringing it, she will let you know real quick. I ain't got no applause button, so we just gonna go. We gonna do it just like that.
Now you know I'm in my bed with my bonnet on, and I saw your little invite.
Hey, you know what? It don't even matter. We gonna hit them like this. We go hit them like this. I'm out here sharing this knowledge, and let them know a little bit about yourself as so for the show to go on.
So I'm Christine, the comedy cougar, based out of New York, but I be everywhere. People think I'm from everywhere where I'm not, but everywhere where I'm at.
What she said. What she said.
What I said. And this is a big week for me. Like, I'm part of the Black Woman Comedy Festival out here in New York. Excuse my red tongue. I'm sucking on a Jolly Rancher. That's about the only thing I'm getting tonight.
Hilarious.
But yeah, so this is what I'm gearing up for. So I had just took my hair out because I'm getting up in the morning to go get my hair done. You know, I got to get my hair done, nails done, everything
Yeah,
did.
all that at all time. I know your bill is expensive as hell, but it costs a lot to be right these days. And when you are the comedy cougar of comedy, it's got to be right because too many people looking. Everybody's everywhere. When I post a video with you, people on there like, oh yeah, she can get it.
And they don't believe
They
that
be
I'm
like,
my
auntie.
They don't think that they think I'm lying. They think I dye my hair gray. They think I'm not 50. Well, I'm 54 now. They don't think I'm 54. And I'm here for it. Like, tell me how you think I am. That's if that works for you.
Exactly. That's the way you got to do it. And one thing I've noticed about you is pure determination, hard work, super funny in a field where it's very difficult to be taken seriously when you're trying to do this craft that we do. What have been some of the barriers that you've seen that have been a little bit difficult to you being a woman, and not only a woman in comedy, but a Black woman in comedy? Have you found things to be a little bit more difficult, or you haven't ran into any of those complications?
Yeah, I haven't. I just think like take me serious. Like sometimes people don't take you serious. And I guess because I'm a woman of a certain age entering a business that a lot of young people start out in. But
Mm-hmm.
then you do have people like I believe Bernie Mac started in his 30s or 40s. Like you do have people that come in on that cusp of their life where they're like, you know what? I've been doing what doesn't make me happy. Let me try doing something that makes me happy. And I honestly didn't see comedy for me. Like it was just something I stumbled upon. Um, I talk about my process. I came in here from recovery, talking about my life in front of people, and people would laugh about what I said in the meeting. And I'm like, y'all think I'm funny? And it translated to comedy. And ironically enough, there were a few comedians that I found out to know that they were too coming out of recovery. Rest in peace, David Arnold. I got to see him at Caroline's, and he just delivered a phenomenal performance. and it made me realize that where I'm at now in comedy, I'm like year 6. This month makes year 6 for me. And I'm talking about some things, but everybody's like, "Yo, Christine, you got to tap into a little bit more." And I guess that's what happens when you grow as a comedian. Like you may
Right.
start out with some surface jokes, but when you grow up and become more comfortable talking about more of your personal on stage, I guess that's where the growth comes and in time. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm working towards now. But like the cougar stuff is real though. Don't think like some of these jokes ain't real
It's a
experience.
real thing, and it's funny that you brought up David Arnold because David Arnold was really a comedian's comedian. This guy, with all the success he had, he loved to talk comedy. He loved to help young comedians. He'd help anyone. And I DM'd him a couple times, hit me back immediately. He's like, Jordan, I'm super, super busy, but send me what you got, what you're working on, and I have no problem helping you. And then he was at Uptown Comedy Corner. He's been in Atlanta Comedy Theater. He's been in several different places, and he was just willing to help. He just remind you a lot of Rodney Perry and how he loves the game of comedy so much that he will help anyone who's trying to help themselves.
That and that part. So what he had said to me, and I'm glad I had the conversation with him because literally this was the year before he passed away. And when I found out that he was going to be at Carolyn's, I brought my ticket. I didn't go in there as, oh yeah, I want to like I supported this show. I wanted to get in. I wanted to see him. For some reason, I wanted to see him. And what he said to me after the show, because I explained to him, like, I really admire you because you are coming from a place where I've come from. And he said to me, as he talked about leaving his job as a nurse to pursue his dream, and because of the things that he went through with his addiction, he pursued the dream and it worked for him. And I was at the cusp of leaving my job. I worked in an emergency room and I was not happy. And you're talking about pre-pandemic and then post-pandemic when everything really kicked off. Like I didn't want to be there anymore. It was like it became more of a factory more than like, we care about our employees. Like, and I lost my job 18 years and I got sick a lot. I was getting sick a lot. I had a couple of surgeries. I had an accident. So I wound up losing my job and I could have fought for it. But why
Mm,
should I fight for something that I didn't want?
right.
So
No passion for it.
right. So at times I do find myself struggling because now like the sign behind my back, hustle,
Right.
that's what I'm hustling every aspect. I mean, I do comedy as much as I can. I have a residency at Broadway Comedy Club. I'm working towards getting into other clubs in the city. I do the urban scene. I get in where I fit in. And he said to me, "You're gonna know when it's time to go." I didn't know it was time to go, but they told me it was time for me to go. So I was like, why fight it? I'm surviving. I don't have everything, but I get what I need to survive. Like I might not have money to go on vacation, but the more we do and the more we're seen and the larger we grow, like I'll probably have money to take my whole family on vacation if I keep doing what
Right.
I'm.
If you keep that word that's behind this, and it's important that what we manifest and what we look at is what we do, because good luck in this in what we're doing without the ability to have that hustle.
Right,
And it's not going to always be opportunities to make a whole lot of money, but if there's an opportunity to build your brand, there's opportunity to be seen by more people than you would have had a chance to be seen, then sometime we don't have to worry about how much money is getting paid. But the word that a lot of us dread is exposure. But exposure is what gets us to the bag. So when you've been exposed to enough people and your face can go on that flyer and people can understand that there's a value for putting you on it, well, then they have to pay you your bag because you're going to be able to sell tickets on that show. Whereas other people on there are super, super hilarious, but they not selling no tickets. So therefore, you gonna get the most time
right, right.
because you bring the value.
And to speak to that too, because there was a time when you reached out to me and I was like, hey, to hell with it. I'll get in my car, drove all the way out to DC, And the
Yeah.
next thing you know, it was a snowstorm the day after. Y'all left, I was still there, but it was a sacrifice for me to come out there and work with you because again, exposure, you're very talented. You have a way about you where you can bring things out. I like working with people that can bring things out of me because sometimes I'm still like I don't have this skit thing down. Like
Right.
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah,
I've
because you
created some
killed it, by the way. The
yeah.
natural that I was gonna ask you that, do you take, acting class or whatever? Because everything that we shot went viral. Every last video, went viral. You took very good direction. You owned it, you made it your own, and it was really, really good. So what is that? Is there a grandmother? Is there a mom? Like, what gave you this natural ability and this hustle that you have in yourself?
So I've always wanted to, I think I was always a little actor as a kid playing with dolls, creating storylines for my dolls. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then just writing, like I always I had a vivid imagination. Like I as a child, I always had an imagination. So that passion in me to do it like was always there, but it got stifled because you know you have to make ends meet. You can't
Right, right.
the
Life
dream
be
is
life.
life be life. But then I had the opportunity to get on stage, and then I had an opportunity to work with some kids that were skit kids out here in New York that were not kids, but they were, you know, relatively younger than me, and they were already going viral and doing whatever they was doing. And I didn't really know about this whole skit thing, this in social media. Like I literally, it was a big learning curve for me. And just doing the first skit, my very first skit that I did with these kids went viral. It's
Mhm.
like I just have the luck to be around people that have the ability to bring things out in me. She's like, "You got a car? You can be his mom and you can argue with me and don't get out the car." That's all I had to do. You know what I mean? I could argue. I ain't I know how to argue.
You can argue that. What they hear, half
So
my videos is arguing that. You're a pro at that, but I like that you don't overdo it, and I like that the fact, like I said, is you can take direction. You're very, very pleasant to work with. And a lot of times, not a knock on my fellow comedians, but a lot of times is they don't really take good direction because they're trying to go for the funny rather than go for the moment. Something more natural and something more in the moment can be way more funnier than you trying to get a punchline in
right,
that really doesn't belong there, doesn't really fit into the sketch. Because my style of doing skits is I basically want you to think, is this thing real or is this
right,
or is it fake?
right.
But if you're too acty, if you're doing too much, you take away that element, they automatically know, and it's not going to go as viral. It still may be funny, but it's not going to go viral.
And that's the thing. You want people to question it. And I learned that from you guys. And when I get into a skit, you know, because everybody wants to be the star of the skit. I don't necessarily have to be the star. And but I can have that one line that catches them. You know what I mean? I'm okay with
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
but people want to overtalk. Like I've been in skits where you have one person trying to overtalk the other person. I'm like, yo, you're not even gonna be heard if you're overtalking me. It has to be a pace. It has to be
Yeah,
a flow. You
and
guys, it's
it
like double
it
dutch.
it literally only takes one drink. If you go back and you look now, I'm standing there next to some super super funny, super super talented people, great actors, and all I did was getting my one line that you have to say. Did he say? And that's it. That's
Yeah.
all it takes. Add something to the scene, add something to the skit, and be done with it. You don't have to try and just every other word got to be funny and you're overdoing it, because when you're good, that one line, that one sentence, that one punch is going to be like, wow, that was hilarious. He really said that and he added something to it. Whether it's a facial reaction, whether it's just be in the moment and bring
Mhm,
the best that you could bring to this. That's why a lot of people are failing, because they're overdoing it. They're not being prepared. They're they're not understanding what it takes for the whole, and they're not being intentional. They don't even know why they're doing skits or why if you don't know any of these things, how are you going to be successful?
mhm. And that's why I really don't do like I have a lot of people that want me to do things, but I just don't do any and everything. I'm real
You
selective
can't.
on what I do, especially, you know I have this Cougar brand, but I don't want to be over the top with it either. Like I'm not like I just did a song. I literally just did this rap song and I think it's fire. I mean, and I don't have a lot of curses in there. I don't even think I had probably like one or two curse in there. And I removed some words because I wanted to be sexy, but I didn't want it to be raunchy.
Right.
So it's like my brand is sexy, but it's not raunchy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Right.
I still want to have that sex appeal as a woman of a 50, but I still want to
And
walk into a room and be a woman of discernment as well.
right, and I like the fact that you're trying to think because at the end of the day, we are entertainers. So yeah, because that's one of my dreams. I've been wanting to, and I got a homeboy. Shout out to Book with Bone. Got a whole studio that I can go in and get in anytime that I want. And I feel like music, for especially for comedians, we saw with
Lil Duval,
um what's my man that did the song with Snoop? Um
Lil Duval, living
Lil
my best.
Duval. We see what he was able um to do. What was that? Do it with the show, whatever the song was. I mean,
Living
what
my
was it?
best life.
Yeah, yeah,
Ain't
living
going
my
back
best
and
life.
forth with
Now
you.
it was hard for him to try to come back, and he had a couple more hits after that, but nothing
Yeah.
was like that. But the thing is, it was able to get tickets sold for him to do the craft that he's the best at. And I just feel like music is a great way to to get out to a different type of fan base, just like podcasting is, which is something that I'm serious about doing, but I know it takes time. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna continue to do the Jordan Jackson show. It ain't getting as many views, like the millions of views on my videos, but it don't matter because I'm still gonna bring value to my fan base, and that's what it's about to me. Because if me and you talking tonight helps one person that has set their goals, one comedian who understands what they're doing wrong, one person who gets any type of value, then we won. We
Yeah.
both won, and that's the name of the game.
And that's the thing. It's not like I've been talking about doing a song, I would say since 2020, 2020, 2020, 2020. And but I've been wanting to do music before even comedy. Like you back in the day, I grew up with rappers like CL Smooth. I went to school with Pete Rock, producer, and I still talk to these people. These people are still cool with me. Um, and so I've always been around music, but just the opportunity to get into the studio and somebody saw me. Shout out to Hood. He owns a studio. He's one of Dave East managers. He was like, "Yo, I got this studio. I see what you're doing." And actually, he said you can create content in the studio if I want to. Whenever I want to, I can go to his studio and create content. But I was like, you know what? Since I'm utilizing the studio, can I record a song in there? He was like, hell yeah. All you gotta do is just get an engineer some money. And this is the thing. It was nothing to pay the engineer. Like what people would have to do to pay people to get a song done. God bless the fact that I have people like you said, you have your guy that will hook you up. Like
Yeah.
he was like, yo,
Relationships are way more important than anything else that we got. I'm from California, but I'm never leaving Atlanta because when I start filming my movies and I start producing and I start putting these things out, also you got to get an episode of the spot. So I'm gonna need you the next time you get an opportunity to come to Atlanta because the series is doing very, very well, and I definitely need you to come in and get you a role in that. Anyone that's just joining the live, I'm here because your whole thing. How's this, Christina the Cougar? What is yours?
well, basically I'm been Christine Carolyn is my name.
So no more Cougar.
No, no, I'm still the cougar. I'm Christine
Oh
Carolyn, but I go by the Christine Carolyn, the comedy cougar. So just in case y'all don't know,
yeah.
or people call me cougar, but my name is Christine Carolyn, and I am the comedy cougar.
Yeah, so make sure you guys follow her. We're laying out this good information. Also, if you just joined the live, make sure that you put the word live in the comments and where you are coming in from, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, so that I can keep up with my analytics. Right now, the book that I'm recommending is 10x is better than 2x. This is a great book. It's on
Mhm,
Audible. It is life changing. It's about goal setting, but it's also about we're working too hard for smaller goals when we can be working less for bigger goals. And it at first it didn't make sense, but it as I'm reading this book, and let me get the credits here so that because this is like I said, this thing is life changing for real. 10x is easier than 2x by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And I'm telling you, invest 14.99 a month and go ahead and sign up for Audible because a lot of time we don't have time to read, but we can definitely hit play in the car and go to YouTube University and Audio University and work on improving ourselves every day. Everybody ain't going to see that growth. Everybody's not going to understand it. But if you're getting better, if you're putting one bean in a jar every day, it ain't going to take long before that thing is halfway full. But if you ain't put nothing in there, then that is going to be an empty jar. And I think as a lot of times as entertainment, as business owners, as we're not doing our best to get better every day. And it doesn't matter how much better, just get better. There's too much information out there for us not to be gathering it, not to be sharing it, not to be helping other people grow and be able to get that blessing. But I think a lot of the times, we're trying to figure out why we're stagnant. And the reason we got all the talent, we got everything going on in our lives, we're stagnant because we're not growing, because we're not challenging ourselves enough. We're not writing down our goals. We're not trying to do what it takes to get to the level that we want to get to. So set higher goals, write it down, and try to get better every day. I'm telling you, you will see a huge difference. Not immediately, but it's not about that. When you put a seed in some dirt, the roots and all that stuff grow before you start seeing leaves and all that stuff. But guess what? It's still growing.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And I, one of the things I do too, I try to take the word trying out of my vocabulary. We
Yes.
got to start doing what
Yep.
needs to be done. I don't know. That's just me. Like I
No,
still
no, that's
catch
real.
myself saying it, but I feel the importance is like, let's do what's necessary in order to get things done.
Exactly. And
And
when you're writing your goals, it's super important that it's I have 1 million followers. I have $10,000 I made this month. I have 5 new shows in March. I have when you're writing these goals down, you got to write them down if they've already happened. Not I want, not I need, not I'm gonna. I have.
mm-hmm, exactly. And the beauty in this too, right, is that so like when I get myself, because I had a couple surgeries, so I've been working on healing myself, but I have a whenever I come out to Atlanta, befriended somebody that you work with all the time, so I definitely have a place to stay when I come out there now. Shout out to our girl Ashima Franklin, who has taken
Oh
me
yeah,
under
that's the
her
homie.
wing.
That's the homie. Shout out to
I
Shima
know.
Franklin. I love her. I love her.
You've worked with her? She
Oh
told me
yeah, plenty of
doing a
times.
lot of work. Yeah, she told me when I mentioned you, because I talk about you from time to time with people
I
that I feel
appreciate it.
like
That's love, man. That's love. Shima Franklin, like before I even got all the followers and the fame and any of that stuff, Shima Franklin was always looking out for me. She always did drops. She would do my show. I ain't had nothing but some chicken wings and $20. It's cool, Jordan. You gonna make it because I like your grind. I see that you and that's what I love about the Atlanta comedy scene and coming up in it. I put in the work, and so
yeah.
I got the respect. Um, of many other comedians here in
Mhm,
Atlanta because they saw me grind straight out
mhm.
the mud.
And she spoke very highly of you because I told her I work with you, and I said I need to get out to Atlanta. So whenever I figure out when, like I said, that's my like she's here now in New York for she did a show, and she's gonna hang out for the Black Women Comedy Festival this week. And she took me under her wing, and she's been helping me out from time to time too, helping me get on stages because she's got a name for herself in the
Oh
business.
yeah, yeah. She was connected, man. She that chick for real though.
And that's the thing, like, I've had a lot of male confidants, that have taken me under my my wing, and when you asked about what are some of the challenges as a female comedians just being friendly and having that camaraderie with each other, because a lot of times females think that they think that we're in competition. Like, I'm not in competition with no other female but myself. My hardest
Right.
struggle every day is me getting up out of the bed, even starting my day. So, like, if I can help you,
Oh, that
like,
used to be your struggle. That used to be. That's over with. That's
just
over with.
it
Just that quick.
Jordan, it still is sometimes.
No, you gotta speak it like it's already like
Right,
it
right,
ain't
right,
no
right.
more. You
You helping
speak
me
it
get
like it that ain't because you getting up tomorrow, and that's gonna be the
yeah, no,
first of
I'm
the start of
getting
the
up.
new streak of the new
Listen,
streak.
egg on a foot that I'm trying to heal right now. And shout out to another female coming to New York this week from Atlanta, Andromeda. And the thing
Oh,
about
that's
this is,
the home I know her too.
yeah,
She my
yes,
peoples, man. That's my peoples.
yeah.
When
So
I
she's
did the show at the what was I in Dallas or Houston, one of the improvs, and shoot, I needed a ride, and she gave me a ride back, and she really people. She done got a couple of sketches as well. I love her, great
yeah,
spirit, great
yeah.
person. Yeah,
So she reached out to me and told me, and this is the thing about the connections that we have, right? So hey, I'm coming to New York. Who's in New York I could hit up? Oh, I could hit up Christine. Hey, Christine, what's going on in New York that I could get on? Oh, I'm a lot of things are happening right now, but I don't know because the festival's happening. I have a show on the festival. I had somebody that's not able to appear on the show. I put an Andromeda on the show. Like I'm just grateful for the fact that I have an opportunity because a lot of times when we come out of town or we go to the next town, we just want an opportunity. We don't even care about getting paid sometimes. It's nice too, but if you're
right.
trying to build a name for yourself, you want to just be seen so people can say, like, hey, I do want her to come back and I will pay her to come back.
Exactly, exactly. That's how the game works, and a lot of people don't understand. Oh, no, y'all gonna pay. No, sometimes it's just building that relationship. I'm getting ready to start doing these city wineries, and sometimes it don't be the best deal, but you just got to get your foot in the door and do what you got to do to be. Also, I do got a movie coming up. You definitely got to roll in that. Two Preachers on a Mission. It's starting to film in April.
Okay.
My boy Mike Ben got us a great production deal, and yeah, we're gonna film this movie, and it's being filmed from us, and we're only responsible for the locations and the actors. So it's about to be a huge audition, but you ain't got the audition, but it's you definitely gonna be in that Two
I
Preachers
gotta
on the
walk on.
Mission.
This is my
Yeah,
second
yeah,
walk
straight
on.
walk on. You know what it is. Hey, it ain't nothing but love. We stick together out here. You know what I'm saying? I
But
roll with who roll with me. Point
let me
blank.
tell you, and it's funny too, because the biggest role that I have right now is getting ready to come out. I'm co-starring in one of the content creators out here in New York. His name is Tahim Commodore. Um,
Mhm.
he has a big movie coming out that he has been working on for the past couple of years now. And I believe it's finally going to come out. And I play his mother in the movie. And I'm like basically second billing. Like I am co starring with him
Oh
in this movie.
wow!
So my name is
Congratulations.
second to his, and this is like I'm in the movie from the beginning, the middle to the end, and I have some good parts. So I'm just grateful for people that see something in me, like you and the others that have to say, like, hey, Christine, he saw me at a like 3 years before he started filming it, and saw me from the first skit that I did that went viral in Harlem. He said, you're gonna play the mother in my movie. And sometimes people say things in passing, and it doesn't come to fruition. And
Mhm.
when he was with the producer 2 years later, "Hey, we're getting ready to film. I'm getting ready to send you the script, ma."
Oh, just like that.
Just like
Hey,
that.
that's how God works. That's how God works. Well, man, I really appreciate you
No
to
doubt.
coming on all the way from New York. I'm about to get up off this thing, but
With
thank
and I
you.
got all my animals on. I got my
Right.
leopard. I got my
Hey,
leopard.
but
I
we got
got
a
my
good
my leopard
episode
print
here.
and my zebra print just for this.
That's right,
Y'all
and I
really know I'm an
appreciate it.
animal. I ain't playing.
So go ahead and put your socials on there. Tell them where to follow you at, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
So my social is right underneath my name at Christine the Comedy Cougar on Instagram, Christine Carolyn on Facebook, and I also have my Comedy Cougar page. I like it. Matter of fact, if you just follow me on Instagram, you tap the link in my bio, take you to my tree link, and it'll take you to everything that I'm doing. That's the
Everything.
easiest thing to do. Just follow me on Instagram and then tap the link in my bio. You get all my shows. You have all my socials. You even have my Cash App too, but it might not be working.
Well, y'all heard it here, man. Thank you so much for joining the
Thank
show.
you, Jordan, for
Have a
sending
great
me.
night, and we'll chop it up soon for real though.
Cool, no doubt.
All
Mhm.
right, talk to you later. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, she's such a good spirit, such a great person. I'm glad she came on the show. I hope you guys take my advice and really go and get um that book. I'm telling you, it's life changing. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the morning. Thank y'all for tuning in to Jordan Jackson show. Like I said, make sure you share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you got value out of us trying to grow together. My name is Jordan Jackson. Be the blesser. Forgive someone that does not deserve to be forgiven. Have a great night, y'all. Be blessed.